And y'all know I always talking about the unconditional love thing, right? Oh, this is a good question, right? I'm going to propose this question to the women right now. So, and I'll put the answers on the screen because I had a very interesting conversation with a mother of a son that's getting ready to get married, right? And he's marrying into a woman that has two kids, right? So we was having this conversation. So I'm like, wow, you know, they young. She already got two kids, and he getting ready to marry her. And she got two kids, and he got another kid from somebody else, right? I'm like, that's a lot to take on, but that's not my business, right? So I can't remember right now how we got to this subject, but we got to the subject that you know I hope that cheating isn't a deal breaker for him or her because they're young and he getting ready to get into a marriage and it's a bunch of kids already involved, this that, and the other. So I hope that cheating is not a deal breaker for them because they're young, right? And she's like, "What do you mean?" And I'm like, if cheating is if she's gonna leave him if he ever cheats, then he shouldn't marry her because of it's a lot going on. And she's like, "But why would he cheat?" I'm not saying he's gonna cheat, but I'm saying that there's a lot of temptation. She may cheat, and not him, and vice versa. It may not be a deal breaker. So I proposed to her. I was like, so I said, so what if you went out and you saw your soon to be daughter in law with another man? Would you tell your son? And she said, it's not my business. No, I wouldn't tell him. And I said, well, if you see her out with another man, would you say something to her? And she was like, yeah, I would say something to her. I would go over to her and I would talk to her. And I said, and you wouldn't tell your son that you caught her with somebody else? And she says, no. And I'm like, well, where's your loyalty to? So what if I said, what are you going to do if you catch her with somebody? You going to go over to her and say what? Because if you telling me it's not none of your business for you to tell your son, what it ain't none of your business to go and approach her because your son is your priority, not her. And she's like, well, she becomes my priority once my son marries her. Yes, she do. All right. Okay. So my question to her was, so if you find out she's cheating, you not going to tell your son? And she says no. Why would she? That's not her place. Now, let me ask y'all this question. Do you agree, how old are the kids? They in their 30s. They just early 30s, right? Well, I don't know how old the girl kids is, but the kids that's getting I mean the children's getting married, they in their 30s, early 30s. And I think the kids is like maybe 10 and 7, right? They're not babies. You know, not saying that she need him to take care of the kids or nothing because they got a father and all that other shit. But my thing is, you're still marrying into a family. One, you know, these kids ain't babies. These kids already got attitudes and shit. You know what I'm saying? But that's besides the point. That ain't what I'm in for. But my thing is, ladies, I don't even know if I would propose this to the fellas, but I'm at because I'm a guy, so I would really want to know how the women feel. So, ladies, if you find your son's wife or your son's fiance cheating, do you or do you not tell your son? And is it wrong for you not to tell him? All right, let me put these up here on the screen. See what y'all say. That one in badly. She still love on the baby daddy. Trust that. That ain't true in all cases. Some people do not double back and still sleep with they a kid's mother. So now the girl and the other dude has the upper hand on her son. That other ninja might kill her son. And we ain't gonna go that far. I would tell him, that baby daddy's still gonna be texting. Facts. All right, here we go. It's not her place. I wouldn't tell my son either. He married her. That's his wife. So, Mr. Heavenworth, and I'm assuming this is a guy, but that right there is her exact sentiments, exactly right there. But if you say that, Mr. Heavenworth, why approach her if you see her out and say anything to her if you're not going to tell your son? My mom better tell me. I would tell my son, let him decide what to do after hearing it. Take his chip, don't take his choice away from him. I agree. I need to know the facts. Is it her brother, friend? And I would tell my son because if I don't, and he finds out, I know me and him will have issues. Right. Silence is a form of acceptance. Yes, I would tell him. I miss what was the question. Your son, your blood. You're not gonna tell your son he being played is crazy. I can understand her point of view. However, I have two sons, and I would have a conversation with him regarding her. I wouldn't approach her at all. That's what I said. I went like that's what I was saying to her. It don't make no sense to approach her and say something to her about it, right? If you're not going to tell your son. You know what I'm saying? But that's just a thought. I just wanted to see if there would be people in agreement to that, because I'm like, but at the end of our conversation, uh, she actually did change her thoughts, and you know, because we had went through a bunch of different scenarios, and she did at the end of it change her mind and was like, yeah, I think I probably would have to tell him, because I gave her a bunch of scenarios. You know, what if worst case scenario, a STD or worse, right? That's just bare minimum. You know what I'm saying? And that could be prevented, because if he knew she was cheating, then he wouldn't. Uh, he'll protect himself uh, when having intercourse with her if he know that she's cheating. You know, and then like a STD could just be just one incident, and it could get so much worse, right? But all right, let me move on.